So it looks like Disney has produced yet another flop. Let me ask you guys a question. Who are the primary moviegoers in the country? Singles, couples, families, groups of friends? Last I checked, that's who primarily goes to the movies to watch movies. And after a while, if you keep producing crap, yeah, after a while, people are just going to say, screw this. This company continues to produce crap. Why waste my money on a ticket? Flop may be a little bit too harsh given the fact that for a while now, I've been saying on this channel that Disney is in a hole mostly due to the whole wokeness thing, but at the same time, Disney is also in a hole because after a while, when you produce nothing but this type of stuff, after a while, people just aren't going to watch. However, I'm not here to attack the film Elemental. I'm here to explain why it is this is going on. Now, during the whole Little Mermaid thing, which, by the way, I kind of already knew the Little Mermaid wasn't going to go anywhere given the fact that it had gotten completely ratioed the minute the trailer came out. And, of course, everything that happened this past weekend, and especially given the fact that Disney has produced so much content recently that it's just not exactly of good or great quality. And, yeah, I kind of saw this coming. Even something like, say, Pixar films, which, by the way, typically tends to do a pretty good job of animation, all that type of stuff. Of course, it really started with Toy Story back in 1995. That you would probably think that after a while, people just, I guess, are just kind of tired of it. So some people might think there's a little bit of fatigue here. But then again, though, when you factor in that there's another character that's non-binary, especially in a story that deals with elements of all things, basically gendering elements and crap. After a while, it looks like people were just like, you know what, man, I just don't want to deal with this anymore. I just don't want to talk about this anymore. I just don't want to like take my kids to go see this anymore. It's getting kind of old. Now, guys, there's going to be a bigger video on the overall other side of what I'm about to show you tomorrow. So make sure you guys stick around for that. But we got to get into the story because once again, people are clamoring, wondering why it is that a film from Pixar actually flopped. Now, guys, I'm showing you the trailer of this film, and it's the exact same trailer that Disney put out when Disney released Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Now, I went to the theater to go see that movie a while back. I am not going to go see Elemental. I don't have any kids or anything, so I'm probably not going to watch it anyways. And you're probably thinking this is a movie review. No, it's not. I'm just here to explain to you why it is that the film flopped. Now, this particular trailer came out. I didn't think there was anything wrong with it. I didn't see any SJW messaging in it then. But of course, some people are coming out saying, look, you know, non-binary character. We're not exactly interested in watching it. We just don't want to deal with this anymore. So why is Disney in this position? Well, Disney recently, it's been said that they got rid of their diversity lead. However, a lot of people are kind of calling this out, saying, no, this is not entirely the case. This person left of their own volition. No, this person was going to go anyways. A lot of theories are coming out about this. The article, of which I'm going to leave in the description box, the piece that I'm showing you now, does not exactly, how do I say, have a whole lot of detail in it. So people are already speculating that this person may have been fired and maybe Disney is starting to see the light. My response to that is it's very possible that they may have fired this person with the intention of bringing in somebody who is actually a lot worse. I just want to go ahead and throw that out there. And then the other day it hit me. I was like, why is it that people are, in fact, cutting this off? Well, it's been like I've said before. People are tired of the nonsense. They're tired of the whole woke BS and all that stuff. Like, I don't know, like something like this here. I didn't mean to slip that in. That's actually supposed to be in the broader topic that we're going to be talking about tomorrow in tomorrow's video. But still at the same time, though, I want you guys to kind of hear that because obviously people are a little bit, let's just say, a little bit scared of what is happening, especially now that it is it's on people's front doorsteps. Now, speaking of that, I find it very weird, though, that New York City had a pride parade like this on the same weekend that the Yankees were playing the Rangers. The Rangers, a team that did not have a Pride night. I just figured I'd throw that out there, guys. Now I want to be as delicate as possible with this next one, okay? From time to time, I will watch the Patrick Bet David podcast, especially if he's got a good guest on. Normally, I don't listen to podcasts very often, but if there's an actual good guest on, then I'll listen to it. For example, PBD, he had Alex Jones on last weekend. He also had a couple more people on this past weekend. And of course, there was a Gallup poll that they were looking at talking about moral acceptance. Like, what's moral now? Where are people's morality at nowadays? And we'll get to that more tomorrow. I'm just kind of priming that video for tomorrow. But here's a little snippet that I took from it that I think people need to kind of think about, because as I have said before, once you begin to keep throwing something out there like the whole pride thing, after a while, people do in fact get upset.
Elemental, which features non-binary characters, flops in opening weekend. Let's look at the numbers. Disney, man, they're just going after flops after flops after flops right now. So Pixar's film Elemental, featuring the studio's first non-binary character, earned only $29.5 million on its opening weekend, marking the lowest opening ever for Pixar. The film's underperformance added to Disney's recent string of controversial decisions in the entertainment industry, including a subscriber loss on Disney Plus and the elimination of 75 positions at Pixar Studios. The inclusion of elements like critical race theory in shows such as Proud Family, Louder and Prouder, not Louder and Crowder, but Louder and Prouder, sparked controversy. Pixar's previous film, Lightyear, also faced difficulties at the box office. Some attributed the poor reception to the depiction of same-sex relationships, suggesting that the audience may have been asked too much. Tom, is America kind of getting sick of this, or are we still at a point of tolerance? Hey, let's be tolerant with these movies and cartoons.
Let me ask you guys a question. Who are the primary moviegoers in the country? Singles, couples, families, groups of friends? Last I checked, that's who primarily goes to the movies to watch movies. And after a while, if you keep producing crap, yeah, after a while, people are just going to say, screw this company continues to produce crap. Why waste my money on tickets? Movie theaters are charging $20 and $30 for a ticket. I think after a while, if you continue to produce bad movie after bad movie after bad movie, bad product after bad product, of course, with SJW, feminists, all this type of crap, I think if you continue to produce this type of crap and then turn right back around and act smug about it when people don't like the product or complain about the product, rather than actually accepting the criticism and actually applying into your next endeavor, after a while, people are just going to say, screw this right here. I don't want to carry my kids to go watch this nor waste my money on this crap. I think I could find other things for my kids to do outside of watching a Disney film. Please get back to the films where we could actually have fun. Popcorn films where people get blown up or shot up, or good old-fashioned comedies that are like, I don't know, misogynistic in nature, you know. And what I mean by that is comedy that's actually funny, not this sick crap that you get constantly put out, like some of these new movies, kind of like Joyride or some crap like that. Yeah, some of this crap is just straight up sick. I mean, there's a difference between sick and actual funny. If you do sick crap in films, it can be funny if done properly. But I think these people now are just throwing this out here just to be throwing it out here because obviously they're sick themselves, so they got to display their mental illness. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about your lifestyle. Nobody really and truly does, okay? Now, I'm not speaking for me. I'm speaking for normal, rational people. We don't care for that, okay? Me personally, I have worked with people who lived that lifestyle before, never had a problem with that at all, never had a problem with them per se. I had a problem with the lifestyle, but not exactly a problem with them as far as a person is concerned. I recall the very first job that I worked at, we had a lesbian couple working with us. We also had a gay man in the place working with us. No problems, no issues. I actually got along with all three pretty good. Of course, over time, you run into more and more people who have different backgrounds, whatnot. You eventually learn to work with people. You eventually learn to get along with people. You leave the politics, you leave the nonsense out. You know, look, I was a part of the whole love the sinner, hate the sin ordeal, which, by the way, I think I've gotten a little bit more mature on that topic over time and actually learned a little bit more, at least as far as what's right and what's wrong And obviously, my worldview has gotten a little bit more black and white with things that I've actually known, being able to call it the BS. Of course, there are times to be empathetic. And of course, there are times to call out the BS when it, in fact, needs to be called out. There's also times to look at both sides of the angle. After a while, when you get a little bit older, you will eventually learn to do that. But the thing is this right here. People don't really and truly care about it, but yet when you keep throwing it in people's faces, you keep putting it in people's movies, what the hell do you expect? After a while, people are going to give some form of backlash.
They're showing it with their money, and they're not showing up to all these, you know what I mean, all the events, all the movies and everything. It's like the silent majority is happening with the money. So good for them.
And hear me now, hear me clearly. I'm not against anybody. You are who you are in a nation where the laws and the freedoms are to be that. But when you step over the edge and you get in the face of people's kids and you want to train their kids while they're at school and they're underage, you're no longer about personal freedom to be who you are. You're diving down into the lives of their kids. And guess what? You're pissing America off.
Yep. Yeah.
What a sane, rational person would do, and common sense is definitely on its way back. I mean, like I said before, nobody really and truly cares. I mean, didn't the Supreme Court, which, by the way, I disagree with the court on this because the state of North Carolina had already voted against the topic of gay marriage, but people got a little bit fearful about it. And like I said, we'll talk about it more in tomorrow's video, but people got a little bit fearful about this because let's put it this way here. They feared that it would lead to something else. They feared that it would lead to much, much worse activities. They feared that it would lead to more, let's just say, much, much more degenerate activity. They feared that it would do so. That's exactly what they were a little bit upset about. That's actually what they were fearing at the time, was that if we open up this gate right here, what the hell else is going to come out of it? It's almost like opening up Pandora's box. People were scared that maybe if you legalize this, it would lead to more problems down the road. Now, here's the thing. At that time, and I still feel the same way, I personally am not in favor of something like gay marriage, but at the same time, though, I think it should be up to the states and the people of the state. Back in 2012, in my home state of North Carolina, we voted against that, only to then turn right back right after Obama got reelected, and the Supreme Court to basically say that it was legalized when the Supreme Court had pretty well been, they've been pretty staunch on this. I mean, you have the Defense for Marriage Act, all that type of stuff there, so it looks to me like if you want to regulate something like this, it's going to have to be done through actual honest-to-God legislation. I just figured I'd go ahead and throw that out there. Now, I know I'm getting a little bit off topic, getting away from Disney here, but the thing is this right here. After a while, when you produce more and more crap, when you produce more and more content that swings in that direction, after a while, people are going to be like, you know what? I don't want to see this crap. It's just going to be political messaging. Ain't nothing Disney going to produce is something I'm going to like. And some people think that Disney, of course, not having this diversity lead here anymore, may be a sign of things to come, maybe a sign of things to change. I warn you, though, and I would not hold my breath because, and the reason why is this here. For all you know, this person right here has left on their own, and Disney is bringing in somebody that's actually way worse than the previous person. I wouldn't bank on Disney changing anytime soon, and even if they were in the process of doing that, they've got a lot of ground to make up for, and they've already lost a lot of people due to the social justice warrior messaging, due to the whole play to the non-binary, all kinds of, I got to word it differently because of the way the algorithm works. People don't want to deal with this anymore. People are automatically expecting that Disney is going to get political and throw SJW messaging. And, of course, the whole feminism stuff, the whole girl boss stuff, all that crap there. People are already assuming that Disney is going to actually do that. So anytime Disney produces a film that even looks cool on the surface, people are just going to say, no. I already know what the hell I'm going to get. And this right here is what's important because a lot of people don't seem to understand this. Who are moviegoers exactly? I mean, unless you're a critic, unless you're here on YouTube, unless you're doing like movie critiques, looking for certain things that are bad about films or things that are good or recommending us, most people don't go to the theater very often. The people who go to the theater the most often are typically families, okay? People who have kids, people who have got not just kids, but groups of friends. After a while, when you do stuff like this right here, people are going to automatically expect crap. So stop making crap. And even if Disney decided to stop making crap, Disney has put themselves in a hole so bad that if they chose to change overnight and do no more woke stuff, people would probably still not go watch it because Disney has been doing this woke garbage, woke nonsense for a long time. In a lot of ways, it kind of stems back to the live-action remake of Beauty and the Beast, where they had I think it was like a gay couple or something like in that. And of course, then in Star Wars, I want to say it was the Rise of Skywalker, there was this whole big hoopla about two females kissing, which of course occurred right there at the end of the movie, because I actually went to go see the movie because as someone who was a Star Wars fan, it was a means to an end. Even though I already know Indiana Jones 5 is probably going to suck, I'm more than likely still going to go watch it either this weekend or probably during the week next week, for the sole purpose of not making a video or whatnot, because it's for the most part a means to an end, even though I more than likely will in fact probably make a video on it and give you guys my honest thoughts, because I did say we were going to do a lot more pop culture content. With that right there being said, Disney should have kind of expected this to happen, given the way Disney has been the past 7 or 8 years or so. So, I mean, you guys can pretty much see the writing on the wall that Disney is going to have it's going to be a long, arduous process trying to convince the masses that you are not still woke, when in fact you probably still are woke, even though your diversity lead is gone. It's very, very possible that this person may be getting replaced with somebody a lot worse, so I wouldn't hold my breath just yet. Guys, John Claymore here. If you like this content, please hit the like button, subscribe, share the video, sound off in the comment section. If you think I've earned your subscription, please subscribe, hit the notifications bell, and also leave a comment. I'll catch you guys later.